So, what is the basic requirements for a effective user toolkit? Effective user toolkit enables user to make the complete cycle of trial and error learning within the toolkit. So, here the trial and error typically or experimentation is done by the user. So, your toolkit should be good enough to provide those choices, right, provide those options. So, you provide adequate options or solutions within the toolkit to cover all possible design options, right. You are not designing, the customer can experiment and explore the designs. So, you need to, your toolkit should have the solutions or options. Let us say your shade card of your paint company needs to have all possible shades, or you are picking the kind of tiles or your wall, this thing, you will get the designs should be adequate number of designs available. Toolkit should be user friendly. User can use their own design language and simple design skills. User can mix and match and experiment. Now, think of it, then the fashion or your lens card giving you online choice of frames, choice of lens and so on. When you are doing that, you can use the toolkit as a user friendly model to identify your own this thing, your own design. Toolkits must contain adequate library of modules and so on. User designs can easily configured without any revisions or without any effort on the company's part. Let us say you wanted a laptop with different modules. So, those modules or those components within can be configured easily. You do not need to redesign or redevelop and so on. The space should be there, it should be easy to develop and so on. So, some of those features are, if it requires specific interventions or development from the company's point of view, then the basic idea of user toolkit is lost. You might as well create it as a product on your own and sell it from your end, right, instead of giving the customer option of customization. Then the customization becomes a costly affair. Why we give need to give this user toolkit, or what are the advantages of having an effective toolkit? It can create competitive advantage, right, because it gives you a distinctness, it gives you some leverage that you are, it is difficult to copy. We discussed about competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is what your competition will find difficult to replicate or copy. So, the trial and error cycles are usually done by the user here. So, this will reduce the development time from the company's point of view. You are not spending time on designing or providing options and so on. You are just providing a catalog and the customer is choosing, or you are providing a catalog or base models, the customer is deciding what to do. You are only configuring and packaging that. So, that will probably reduce your development time. You will have more number of customized products or variations with less effort at the company's end. So, the variations, or you can offer more variety with lower cost. So, essentially cost reduction. If you are a first mover in providing user toolkit, it helps the companies to maintain competitive advantage, and competition will take time to learn and so on. Think of it, when the, in terms of you are providing different options of color shades versus that shade card which you can use it in the tinting machine, or that machine which mixes and the base colors and produces specific color. That would be a first mover when a company would have brought. That will give you competitive advantage for some time. The other companies to produce that machine and then use the configurations and so on will take time, right. That is a competitive advantage, leads to competitive advantage or basic strategic sustainable advantage. This is also one way to learn about user trends. We discussed about doing market research or about lead user. Toolkit is also another method to identify user trends and basic features and so on.